Hey guys, this is Data Gyan, and today we'll learn how to use the rounding off function in MySQL. This is a question that I'm getting regularly for past 10 days, in which I'm giving interviews. And this is a very basic question that has been asked multiple times to me. So I thought to create a video and add that in the playlist or interview playlist from basic to advanced. So as usual, the use case will be using of round off function in SQL. For that, let us create a simple table, and this table that I'm creating, this I got in one of the interviews. So just let's create the table. So schema of our table is, the name of table is sales, and it is having two columns, basically ID, that is int, and amount, that is float. So floating numbers will be like with a decimal point, and for that only we'll be doing a round off. So as we have heard in our schooling, what is basically rounding is like if we give 100.6, it should be rounded off to the nearest zero. So for 100.6, nearest zero will be 101. Similarly, if we give 100.2, the nearest zero for this rounding off will be 100. Okay, so let us see. As you can see, the query is executed successfully. That means we have created the table. And let us just create some like inputs for it, for the table. So let me just write the query for that. Insert into sales. This is the name of our table. Values. So let us go for, I'm giving ID as 1 and amount as 100.2. Okay. And again, I'm giving value as ID number 2 and amount as 100.6. So let us just execute the query. This has been completed successfully. So let us see what are the values and how our table looks like. So selecting star from sales. So if we run this, you can see we have created a table that is having two rows, and schema is like ID and amount. Okay, let me paste this one. Okay, so as you can see, ID and amount. One, for ID 1, the amount is 100.2, and for ID 2, the amount is 100.6. Okay, so if we are going to round this off, then we will be using a rounding off function that is already available in our SQL. So it should be, the output should be 100 for this. This should give output as 100, and this should give output as 101. Why? Because for 100.2, the nearest zero is 100. But for 100.6, because it is, this decimal point is greater than 5, then it should be rounded off to the next number. Okay. So how to use the schema round off function in your schema? So how to do that? Round is the keyword. We have to first provide the schema column name. For us, rounding should be done on amount. So we'll give amount here. And what is the next value on which you want to round off the function? So for us, we want to round off to the next zero. That is the basic meaning of rounding off. So here we'll give 0. It should be rounded off to the next 0. So I have written the query. I'll explain you. Just let me copy this. So let us copy here. So see what I'm doing. I am selecting ID, amount. Okay. These are the two schema columns that are already present in your table. And then I'm using the keyword round. As I told you, this is a already available function in your SQL. So I'm giving round. What we need to round off? We need to round off the schema column amount, because this is in float values. So I have given that. And to what value we want to round off? We want to round off to the next available 0. Okay, so I'm giving comma 0. So just remember, round, then in the parenthesis, on what schema column you want to round off, and to the what value you want to round off. Okay, I'm giving aliasing it as rounded amount, or else it will give the round amount like this. I'll show you without this also. So let us run this. As you can see, 102, the nearest zero for this is 100. So the expected output is 100. And for 100.6, because it is greater than 0.5, so the basic math comes in, and for this nearest zero will be 101. So this becomes the rounded off function. Why I'm using aliasing? Because if I remove this and if I run, you'll see the name will be like round amount 0. That doesn't look that great. So that's why we use the aliasing for that. So if we run this, it will give us the proper result. Okay. On top of this, if you want to do anything, like you want to go for ascending or descending, you can easily do that. It's basically like a basic usage of the different functions that you're going to use after this. So this is a question that I was getting regularly in the interviews. So I thought to prepare a video for you guys so that if you face this, because these kind of questions comes up in the interviews and this becomes a popular hit question that you can face everywhere. So like share with your friends. Okay. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe, as most of the people are watching the video, but they are not subscribing. So I request you to subscribe and share with your friends. See you soon in the next video. Thank you guys.